Right, I've sat down, had a chat with myself, and I'm going to try again. I really didn't realise how difficult it would be to walk, talk and film myself at the same time. This is my first ever YouTube video. I find myself with plenty of spare time, but lacking motivation to get outside and do things. So I've started this channel up to give me motivation to get out the door, literally, and hopefully you can follow along, join me, and find your own motivation and start exploring what's outside your front door. Cheers, John. Cheers, thank you. Here we are in Swindon bus station. Not one of the places that tourist information will advise you to visit. It's getting better though. This slowly, got to start somewhere. Hello, hello. The Royal in Royal Bassett. Hello. Hello, and welcome to my visit to Royal Wootton Bassett. Hello, and welcome to my visit to the market town of Royal Wootton Bassett in North Wiltshire. The Royal was bestowed upon the town by Her Majesty the Queen in 2011 for its role in the military repatriation funerals which passed through the town. So right on the outskirts of town here we have a popular pub called the Royal. Very popular, quite famous for its tapas. Meat tapas, fish tapas, fresh tuna, pheasant tapas, ostrich tapas. Doing well in these days. Nice beer garden. Unfortunately, next to a busy road. So just outside of Royal Wootton Bassett is an area called Jubilee Lake Nature Reserve, which is a lake and a nature trail around the outside of it. It's got a cafe here, play park. We're going to go in and have a look around, discover what's here. It's home to many gaggles of geese and flocks. Is it flocks of bats? I don't know. Anyway, long-eared brown bats. Also conolite are here as well. Just over there is Jubilee Lake Cafe. We'll be stopping off, having a coffee on the way back through, that's for sure. This is Ballard's Ash Sports Ground. Home to Royal Wootton Bassett Rugby Club. They got 4 successful teams. And the first team actually play up in English level 5, which is pretty high. They've been doing really well recently. Seem to have recovered well since the pandemic. Bit of a steep path down to the lake. Now, do we go clockwise or anti-clockwise? I believe it's most people's nature to go left, clockwise. So we're going to go right, anti-clockwise. It's one of these overcast, muggy days in June. Fine rain in the air. Sorry mate, ain't got nothing for you. Leave you in peace with your mum and dad. Nice escape. Right on the edge of town. You can just about hear the hum of the M4 in the background, which is literally only about a quarter of a mile away. It's not too bad. I would say this is lovely when it's cold, icy, bit of snow. The pathway takes us back to where we started, with the left or right, clockwise, anti-clockwise. We'll have a quick look, see what's up here. Don't want to go too far. Need that coffee. This looks like it heads back up into the back of the housing estate. It's onto the park, and then some trails through the woods. Morning. Very nice, well kept. And I would say, with apart from this quite steep slope here, Jubilee Park is quite accessible for most people. I'm not quite sure where that park goes off to, but we're going to go at the one we came, because we know that's where the coffee is. Oh no, it's not open yet. Wow, what a great little find that was. Homemade flapjack with dates, black Americano, which I always struggle with because it's too hot. Can't ask anyone to put cold water in it because it feels like milk to me. Daft, I know. Loads of people steadily arriving, regulars meeting up. What a great find. looks like we're getting into the really old part of Royal Wootton Bassett. Just off the high street. Good out view. I don't know if the camera picks it up. You got the M4 cutting through from left to right. Rifleman's Arms. Pretty convinced that every other building back in the olden times is a pub. Shame it's not now. Reminds me a little bit of a fishing village in Cornwall. Definitely get vibes of a fishing village. So the main gates of the church lead you back out onto the main street, Wootton Bassett High Street. Sorry, Royal Wootton Bassett High Street. Rope Yard Lane. Be interesting to find if there's any history about rope making in Wootton Bassett as it was known back then. Again, it all ties in with the old fishing feeling of the old part of the town. Here we are, back out on the high street, heading towards Calm. I don't understand. cat's eyes, road markings, armco barriers over a stream. Speed sign saying 30 miles an hour. OS map shows this as a disused track. Oh, would you look at that? I think I'm going to need to have a walk of this another day, because I'm not sure how long it goes on for. How strange. They even got speed signs, which you can see says 30. And yet, officially, a road to nowhere. If anyone knows anything about that road to nowhere, disused road, let me know in the comments below. We'll carry on looking for the disused Wiltshire canal, which is under restoration. The reason I'm walking down this way, again on OS maps, is showing that there's an aqueduct. I'm hoping this track goes off round to the right shortly. So this, believe it or not, is the old Wiltshire canal, which, again, according to OS maps, is under restoration. Let's see if we can find out what's going on with the markings for an aqueduct. Is that the aqueduct? More like a bridge to me. Oh wait, look! I don't know if you can see it through there. Let's go and have a look. Found it. Never doubted you, OS Maps. Always my favourite map provider. So, assuming the Wootton Bassett canal went over the top above this stream, which is still flowing. Amazing. Oh, that's cheered me right out of that. It's been worth the effort. Just got to work out now about that road to nowhere. Going to head and back along the old disused, empty canal. See if we can cross over at some point to see what the aqueduct looks like on the other side. Wish me luck. It's around here somewhere. Trouble is, I want to be careful, because even though this is my first YouTube video, I don't want it to be my last. You know what I mean. So we'll cross over. You're concerned that looks a bit wet down there. Not saying it's still a canal, but we'll check. A bit moist. Climb up here, and I would imagine the river is along that tree line somewhere. There we go, down there. I see the water. I mean, it may be left hidden for a reason. Yet to be restored some point in the future. I think we've still got to go down a bit further. Wow, look at the old tree. So I don't think there's much access to the aqueduct from this side without getting myself into trouble. As I said, I don't want this to be my first and last YouTube video. Right, let's make our way out. I'm glad we found that. And we'll start heading back in towards Wootton Bassett. Didn't think I'd be doing this. Yeah, we'll drop down there. Hopefully not literally. In fact, now we've crossed, let's see if we can have a look from this side. There it is. Oh. A well-hidden aqueduct, and hopefully in time the Wiltshire Canal Trust will get this stretch rebuilt, open, ready for people to enjoy. I got a bit of a sweat on. See you in a minute. Wow, look at the protection on that. Last time I saw something like this was in Downing Street in London. I wonder if that's overkill. The canals are meant to be around here somewhere. Hence all the security. Maybe I've come the wrong side of the hedge. There's a reason for that, I'll explain in a minute. Yep, the other side of this hedge I can hear ducks. In fact, there is a canal. We'll come back to that in a minute. I've got something that's even more important, which I don't believe is actually there. It will become clear in a bit. Ooh. See if I can find another way. Colour of the water. That might be a clue, hopefully. Double layer barbed wire fence. Mud springs in Royal Wootton Bassett. Prehistoric mud springs, unbelievably. Again, let's see if we can have a closer look without killing ourselves. Don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's just through there, through those bushes. Apparently these mud springs are 120 metres deep, and it covers an area of 8,000 square metres, and several cubic metres of mud are pumped every day. It's a site of special scientific interest. Let's see if we can get a closer look without injuring myself or getting into trouble. Almost like coal dits around here. I'm quite right too. Yeah. I don't know if you can see through there. That's the mud springs of Royal Wootton Bassett. A restored piece of the Wiltshire Berkshire Canal. And how blooming lovely is this? End of the line for the canal. I know they're working on several sections right the way through. Parts of it go through the outskirts of Swindon. Originally it went right the way up to Abingdon, which is now in Oxfordshire, but back when the canal was built it was in Berkshire. Right, I've got to try and make my way through and across the train tracks. Royal Wootton Bassett boardwalk. All we need now is a funfair and a beach. This is a bank designed to protect the railway line, I presume. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. So the canal, Wiltshire Berkshire Canal, is just down there where that slow train's going. Very slow. I don't know if the camera picks it up, you can see it. Snailing its way through. And then you have these meadows right on the edge of the houses. With all the walkways and stunning views. Back into the outskirts of Bassett. Sorry, Wootton Bassett. That's what us locals call it, Bassett, but I imagine most of you are not local. And then heading back towards the high street, hopefully for a stop off for refreshment, something to eat. If only I had the money. Well, that was the butcher's mate, and that was delicious. Bit of lamb's liver, bacon, mashed potato, stunning gravy. Oh, just what I needed. Well, firstly, thanks for making it towards the end of the video, if you did get this far. Obviously, if you're watching this, you did. Thanks for joining me. I think it was quite an interesting video. A bit of a discovery for me, some new bits. As I always say in these videos, if you like or subscribe to this channel, I've got about 4 or 5 more trips planned moving forward. For me, I did feel more motivated. This is an area I've been to many times before, and because I've got the camera in my hand, I've done a lot of things that I never expected myself to do. So believe it or not, I am finding the motivation, and I hope some of it filters down to you. Thanks for watching, and if you do watch again, see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.
Exactly the point, and like the whole 3 and a bit years I was with, I'm gonna have to call you back in a minute. Sorry, my bus ticket's not working. 2 seconds. Call you back.